Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 1, Episode 3 of Outer Banks, titled The Forbidden Zone. We start off where the last one left off, and Kiara does not find gold in the tomb, but she finds this envelope, and in it's a map with the X marks the spot to the Royal Merchant ship and a voice recording of John's dad. Basically, apologizing for being not the greatest father, assuring him that he loved him and that he believes he's cracked the case. He believes he's got it. And John B's the right amount of emotional. We have some scenes with Topper, Sarah, and Wheezy. They're at the beach, helping clean up a bit. And then they get drunk. And then we cut to, Wheezy barfing. And I can't tell if it's the day after or later that day, but either way, it's baby's first hangover. Starting bad habits young. Gotta start the bad habits while they're young. So they can have the proper ill effects when they're older. Anyways. Sarah overhears an argument between her father and her elder brother, Rafe. And he was given money to get generators, but he did not do that. He makes up an excuse about, them being on back order, which I think could be true, I suppose. But then he goes and buys drugs. So, the crew, the Pogues, they decide that they need to, first they go to, the country club, I think, and use the internet to find the longitude and latitude where the shipwreck is. Then JJ says, yeah, my dad worked at the salvage or scrapyard, and they have a undersea camera that can go 1,000 feet down there. So they break in, and they nearly get caught. But JJ comes out and, basically says the sob story of basically straight up admitting, my dad sent me here to get this, because, he says he was shortchanged, and if I didn't get it, he'd beat me, which is just how badly... You can tell how fucked up his home life is if JJ loses nothing by admitting that. They probably already know about the abuse. Either that or JJ was seeing the 400 million in his life on door number 2, and on door number 1, it was life going down the shitter for theft. So he was like, well, bring out the sob story. Either one could be true. Anyways. We have a party going on. The kooks. And Sarah, initially tells Topper that she's ready to, have a little spicy time, but at the last minute, she says no, and Topper kind of gets mad at this. I don't think it's more so about the no spicy time, more of about the hot and cold that she's been giving him. So he kind of, storms off, and I don't believe it's because he did not get no spicy time. It's because, the hot and cold aspect of it. One minute she's in love with him, the next she's not, and it's kind of one of those things where I fully believe that she has self-destructive tendencies in relationships. Also, Topper is really not helping the case in this instance, though. And then, after getting no spicy time, he proceeds to, snort a line of, whatever. Of something, I believe. That Rafe's handing out, trying to, boom up business for the drug dealer. Pope's father owns this store, and he sends JJ and Pope to deliver to the cut, or figure eight. Figure eight, it's figure eight. Deliver these groceries to the figure eight, or whatever. And I just love the whole scene. He's like, yeah, you can't, like, he's screaming and insulting him, and JJ pops up, arms outstretched to grab the groceries. Thank you, JJ. Yeah, you lazy sons of bitches. The actor who played Pope's dad is awesome. He's a minor character, but he's one of those good ones that manages to stand out, in my opinion. Pope gets jumped by Rafe and Topper. They beat him up and basically say, you're not allowed here, and it's just like... And they kind of, destroy the groceries, which are not Pope. Here's what Pope should have done. He should have just handed them the beer when they were asking, and just tell his father or whoever that they were stolen. Because I don't know if it was bought by the country club, because I think they were at, like, the country club, or if it was just, somebody else. I don't know. Either way, he just... But also, I admire that he did try to stand his ground. And then afterwards, he and JJ make a plan to hit Rafe and Topper back. And where do you hit a rich son of a bitch to make it hurt? Why you hit him in their wallet? So they proceed to take the stopper out of I think either Topper, or I think it might be Topper's family's boat or whatever. A nice, new, very expensive boat. And it's now at the bottom of the ocean. Or the bottom. It's now at the bottom. And JJ threw the stopper, so, Oops. So, Sarah comes over to JJ, and she's basically, confronting him. No, not JJ. John B. Basically clearing the air that she did not tell her father that John B. stole the air canisters or whatever in scuba gear. And then throws it a bag of chips and says, here, your favorite. And John B. is just so confused, like, what the hell was that? A fisherman or whatever finds 2 dead bodies, and I think they might be the 2 people that were threatening John B. and whatever, also looking for the royal merchant. Peterkin arrives, notices the body, and then that's that. And we end with them sending the drone down to find the wreck. And here's the thing. The weather comes in shitty, but they already said that they needed to wait for perfect weather. So did they just, decide, you know what? Nah, we're going now. Or did they just get out there and Mother Nature decided to give them an old wham, fuck, here's some bad weather for you. It was a complete sunny day, 100% sunny, here's your bad weather. They cut it very close to, getting washed up and, running out of line for the drone, but they eventually get it down there, and they find the Royal Merchant. And I was about to get pissed, because they had these shocked faces, and like, oh my god, what's that? And I half expected this episode to end before they, on that cliffhanger like the last one, but luckily they showed the Royal Merchant shipwreck, so, yeah, that's good. I really loved this episode. I loved the furthering of Sarah and Topper's relationship, or kind of I'm assuming the deterioration of it. They're also kind of planting seeds of maybe Sarah and John B, maybe? I don't know. Also, I kind of don't like that John B had a crush on Kiara, tried to kiss her, and then shut him down. And now Kiara is basically like, did you tell JJ? Kind of implying that she has a crush on JJ. But then you got Pope looking at Kiara. And it's just like, everybody likes everybody in this group. And it's kind of a cliche. I mean, it works. It's working so far. I'll see how it goes. Also, her father, Kiara's father, really did not like the guys. But, he acquiesces eventually. For now, I suppose. Overall, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.